How y'all doing today? Good to see y'all. We're here today at the Seguin American Legion, post 245. 245.
Home away from home.
That's right.
It really is kind of.
It is actually.
You think about it, the kitchen and the bar and
Kitchen,
you got a dance
bar.
hall in the back. It really is. Home away from home. What's up, man? How you been?
Dude, you know what? It's been great.
Yeah.
It's been great. I know it's been 2 weeks, 2.5, 3 weeks since we had a podcast because of the holidays,
Because of
Christmas,
holidays,
and everything. So, in case we haven't told y'all, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And a prosperous 2025 for everybody.
Roger, well, it's going to be great.
Oh,
There's a lot of stuff and a lot of good things we got going with Gearheads and Guardians. A lot of good things going on with Releaf for Troops, 1X, Gunner's Choice, everything. It just so many big good things happening this year. And a lot of big things happen with the ALR this year too. With Seguin American Legion.
we got the legacy run coming up April 12th,
Right.
which I hope we can make because race season's supposed to start somewhere around there. So
Right.
yeah, but no, man, it's a new year that I'm really looking forward to. Not only that, if you look our intro, we upgraded our intro. Like we're starting to get a little smart on this.
Oh,
this podcast.
there's Mike. Mike's on.
Watch ya. Good to see you, Mike. So yeah, man, it's really cool. Now I think we need to let everybody know that this isn't episode 1.
No. This is like the pre. What do you call it? The prequel, something like that.
Yeah, we are here at the American Legion Post, like you said. But this really is more. We're really here on an invite from you, actually, because you started this Comrades and Coffee. And if you have the flyer, you can throw it up there for people to see. But every third Saturday, you set this up where the veteran-owned coffee company, Iron Soldier, and what was the other one?
Third Day Coffee.
Third Day Coffee.
And he's right here in Seguin.
Yeah.
And Iron Soldier's just outside of Dallas.
Right. So, and veteran-owned. And that's
they're both
cool.
veteran-owned.
So,
Absolutely.
and let me tell y'all something. I'm a coffee guy. I know. If you're prior military, the older you get, the more you realize that it was one of the best lessons to learn in the military is drinking coffee.
Yeah, drinking coffee.
That's no joke. Right? It is the lifeblood of everything that we do. But veteran-owned Iron Soldier, 3 day coffee.
Yeah,
Third day coffee. Really good.
I'm
To be honest with you,
drinking it right now, actually.
Really good coffee, to be honest with you. So I think for you in this event that you put up, Comrades and Coffee, first of all, thank you. It's really cool how your idea just kind of spawned into your fiance even making breakfast.
Yeah.
Right. So she's out there making breakfast and things like that. So what we got here?
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, okay.
You got a shout out. Here we
got
go.
a shout out here. So to put something like this together. Is
You're good, brother.
is really fun. It really is cool that you did this, and I think the lines that you did this and how it goes along with everything that we do at the Legion is really for our veterans. You know, we have some veterans sitting out there right now. They've been in. We have Zilis. We brought Relief for Troops here. We got the
got a whole table set up.
got
Got
the
all
table,
kinds of
so-
product too. So if you're out
Yeah.
there and you're in the area, come on by, check out this Leaf right over here.
Yeah, free,
Free.
not a cost. Oh, well, there is a cost. You just gotta listen to us ramble.
Yeah, you gotta listen to. Yeah. I'm not gonna go any farther than that. We're on air, and FCC might not like what I had to say.
might not. So yeah, I really think that we, it's important for. It's kind of weird when the three of us are doing 5 different things, right? To sit here and say thank you for what you do, but your idea of this, man, I think it'll catch up.
I think the biggest thing for me, the idea behind the whole thing was pretty much just making veterans aware that we're here.
Right.
You know, and not just veterans, but also because the hall is open to the public. But the big thing that I was really trying to get across is because right down the street we have TLU.
Yes.
Okay, Texas University, and there's a lot of vets down there that don't even know we're here.
Isn't that crazy?
And they live right there by the, in the real nice apartments they have over there. They don't even know that we're here. So that's my thing. I really want to just kind of reach out and let them know that they're important. And the thing of it is, I know they're young. A lot of those guys are young, and as you can tell, I'm not exactly a spring chicken, but just gotta let them know that I've been there. I know what they're feeling like. I know what it's like when you first come out. It's like culture shock.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a huge culture shock when you first come out of the military and you get out in the civilian world. You don't know, because you've been in, even if it's just a 4-year term, you were in that long. When you get out, it's like you're programmed.
Oh, yeah.
From day one of basic training, you are programmed to be this.
Yeah.
Army, that's like I said, they break you down and build you up.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they do. They break you down from that civilian guy, make you into a soldier. And then when you're done, like, all right, bye.
Yeah, and
it's scary.
Even though they have the transition.
They do.
They do
have
your
transition centers and things like that.
But what they don't.
That has gotten better.
It has. I don't know when you went through, but when I went through the transition center, it was a little bit different for me because it was very fast paced.
Right.
Yeah, she came in, looked at you, and left. I don't know if that was.
Oh, I'm not in trouble.
But you're absolutely correct. And the habits that are out here in the civilian world,
right?
That we just see things so different. And one of the hardest things to do is to not really conform. I want to make this very clear. We aren't conforming to civilian life. We're learning to adapt
and overcome
civilian life because we are so structured.
There's just
something.
Right.
Listen, there's just some things that you cannot get out of your head. You just can't.
I'm here to tell you, bro. I mean, I had it so bad. Up until 2016, I had it so bad that in my closet, and I can attest to this, when she came to help me when I got my motorcycle accident, my hangers were color-coded. Jeans went on a certain color hanger, 2 fingers spaced. My socks were rolled in line, underwears, T-shirt. Yeah, it was that bad. It was like I was brainwashed.
Yeah.
But it took a motorcycle accident to snap me out of that. But I mean, it took 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I lost a few years ago when I transitioned into RV life, which is amazing movie, by the way. I don't roll socks or underwear anymore, or I hang all my shirts up. I hang pants up, but the mentality of if you ever
Dress right, dress. Boom, 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 boom.
And not only that, out in public. Listen, I'm going to say this to everybody. If you come across someone and you say something stupid, do something weird, or that you would think is normal, and guys like us look at you and go, "What?" You can bet that we're part of our military, because some of the stuff that goes on out here, you look at and just go,
"What?
Whoa,
the hell?"
Yeah, straight up. I'm not going to lie about it. You can't. You try not to make fun of certain individuals that do dumb stuff, but it's just in our nature to look and question everything.
Exactly.
And it really does make us look like we're anal or we're.
It does. It does.
Our minds are processing stuff.
We do. And it's like I said, when you go into basic training, they break you down, and they build you into what they want. And the biggest thing for me that kind of, I don't want to say bothers me or irritates me, but I feel that it needs a lot more attention for soldiers, Marines, sailors, airmen, space cadets, or whatever y'all like to be called. I don't know what y'all like to be called.
Oh, Space Force.
Space Force. Okay.
Yes.
So what do you call those soldiers?
Spacemen?
Spacemen. Okay. I thought Space Cadet was pretty cool.
Space Cadet? If you're going to do the academy?
Yeah. I'm not trying to be mean.
No, but
anyway. But they tear us down. They make you build you all up. But they need And I know they have their warrior transition centers. I get that. Okay. My opinion, and this is solely my humble opinion, they need to really focus more on the servicemen that are getting out.
Yeah.
It took you 2 weeks, or 2 months, I should say, 2 months to break somebody down, reprogram their melon the way you want it. Okay? How about undoing that and putting them back?
Yeah, and
the thing is, how do you do that?
Well, and not come off in a certain way.
Right.
Exactly. We're rude to people.
Exactly. Because I'm telling you what, man. I work at the bar here. I work my other job, and sometimes people come in there and they do the stupidest.
Oh yeah.
I mean, dude, I'm watching you steal something right off the shelf.
Yeah.
I'm watching you.
Yeah. No.
But that's the kind of thing that's going through my head. Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Do you know people work hard? People do all these things to make that product. People work their butt off to get them off that truck. They got to take all that stuff, put it on that shelf, and then that company's got to buy all that stuff and pay all these people, and then you're going to come in here and do that.
When you triggered a person in my head when you said on the lines of everyday life how it's just we question people all the time. And there's a comedian by the name of Sebastian Maniscalco, right? Saw him in concert, the funniest man I have ever seen. And I'll tell you why. One, he's Italian, from the suburbs of Chicago. And on top of that, he depicts, you thought he was prior military, the way he depicts all the dumb stuff people do, because he has a problem with dumb people. He has a problem with people, he'll tell you. But he talks in his act. All of his acts are about what is wrong with you.
Got you.
Wrong with you, right? And it's the funniest thing, but it's so. That's why
it's real though.
It's very real. Like it's all real. Like when you go into a store and you see people doing dumb shit, right? And you just want to go, what is wrong with you? Now, I'm not saying I haven't done dumb stuff in my life. I'm not saying that whatsoever. But when it comes to common sense and the daily, where people do things without using that melon, that's where you kind of going.
Well, that's why you always hear me say common sense isn't so common.
It's not.
Unfortunately,
they don't issue it. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's not issued.
Yeah,
the government wanted me to have it. They issued it to me. Well.
So no, it's you're absolutely right, man. And things like transitioning back to what we were talking about being here at the Legion. And Felicia, and she's going to come on here shortly to talk to Post Commander. It really is something that you get around your people and the commonality that we have. We don't feel so out of place. You know what I mean? We don't feel so weird, with people that think like us. So yeah, right. This is especially over coffee.
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah, people say I hate coffee. Like, it's a good thing
you
enjoy.
Grow up.
This is lifeless. So yeah,
grow up. Put on your big girl panties.
Yes. And real quick, we have the Releaf and Troops table back here. If you come on down, Mark is here. We got free product. We've already handed some out this morning. Come see what we're all about. So thanks for the invite. When you put this together, and the invite for us to come out and set up a table.
You're my best friend.
Well, I appreciate that, man. You're the brother of all brothers, and especially the things that we've been through together. 9/11.
We've been through some shit.
Yeah, good and bad.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, it was all bad. It was just good and bad.
Good, bad, and indifferent.
Yeah, we will not self-prosecute. However, so yeah, come on down and get some free Zilis.
Absolutely.
So
we got some coffee out here from Third Day Coffee Company, and we got coffee from Soldier Coffee Company. We've got some food for you. Come on down, get you some food, get you some coffee, and sit down and talk with some veterans and have a good time.
Tell us a little bit about Iron Soldier. You actually talked to
Yes,
owner
yes, yes.
and-
I've spoke with the owner. I don't know if he wants me to put his name out there or not, so I'll refrain from that. But super good guy. He's a vet himself, and like I said, they're outside of Dallas. His real passion, though, okay, the coffee. And this guy, when he was talking to me about the coffee, he was getting like down to the science of how coffee is brewed, when it's brewed, when it's perfectly at the right heat, and blah blah blah. I was like, wow, this guy's like really into coffee.
Wow.
Right? I mean, he had this down to a science. Like, if your water boils, or you get your coffee hot, the water hot at 192 degrees to 200, and I think he said 210. Between that range, you're not going to burn. You won't burn it, but it brews the best. That's when it gets you out. I just thought you put it in the coffee pot and that was it.
Yeah.
He's like, oh no.
There's a science.
There's a science. Most like your coffee pots you buy at home are right around 180, 185 degrees for coffee. Your coffee's not fully, like, it hasn't bloomed, we'll say. Kind of like, a good whiskey or something, like,
Sure.
the aromatics and stuff. It doesn't fully open up and you don't get everything out of the coffee bean until it gets right at 192 degrees, or in that range, 192, 210. And that's what it's supposed to be, per coffee. I was like, wow, this guy's like really brilliant about coffee, right? We come to find out that's not even his real passion, but he's got stuff down to the science. His real passion is rebuilding military vehicles.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So he rebuilds them, and restores them and things like that. He's got a ambulance, like World War II era,
Really?
like a Jeep ambulance.
Wow.
So cool. I mean, and it looks like it just came off the show. Wow. Yeah. And the best part, you got a Vietnam era Deuce.
No.
Yeah. And it looks like it just came out the factory door. I mean, it was like gorgeous. I mean, yeah.
And the thing I like about the Deuce is that there's no muffler on it,
Yeah.
and there was nothing covert about a Deuce rolling through the field.
No.
Oh, you heard it coming. That's straight up. Had straight exhaust right out the
Yeah.
top there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now
That's so cool.
they've taken a lot of them now and they've made them into automatics. Back in the day, that was all Armstrong steering, man.
Yes, it was.
I mean, that was shit.
Yep. And then 6-wheel drive,
That's right.
rolling a Deuce around was not wasn't fun.
And and I was a brand new private in the Army. They hand me the steering wheel key. Here you go. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned quick.
You got in shape quick. Just
Yes, sir.
Going to
You
gym
come back
back.
I don't need to. I drove the Deuce today. How far did you go? Around the block?
And if you weren't over $180, you couldn't push the clutch in.
Oh, no, yeah. You stand on that thing and it shoots right up out the seat. I know.
That's all you do it.
I've seen me do it. That's right.
No, that's awesome, man. And by the way, Jeep, we're drinking a Jeep this morning.
Yeah,
this is
we got
the
Jeep.
Iron Soldier.
It's like a breakfast one. It's actually really good.
Yeah, and Third Day Coffee is it is a very good.
I thought third day coffee. That's what I'm drinking out of this one's third day coffee.
Yeah, it's really good coffee.
It's actually really
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
And that guy that makes the third day coffee,
Yeah.
used to be a Legionnaire.
Oh. Well, we
Need to get him back over.
we need to get back over here and maybe talk about having on and talk about the coffee stuff.
Absolutely.
Which veterans. So we're going to do it here. Like I said, we're going to have Felicia on here for a few minutes, so she can talk
Sure
about the
enough.
post and what have you not here. But by the way,
Yo,
talking
DJ,
about
what's up?
DJ, let me tell you something. Let me give DJ. I want to say this, and I know you can hear me, man. I am so proud of you of everything you've been through, what you are going through now, and I want to say here, we follow you, and you guys are you and everybody else that's going through what you are going through to get on the right track and find the light. We're very, very proud of you. So always remember, if there's anything that we can do for you, man, you know where I'm at, you know where we're at. So DJ Schroep, racer out at I-37 Speedway. He is a veteran, and proud of you, man.
Got your 6, brother.
So yes, we have your 6. Mark is back here, man, in the Zilis table, but very proud of you, DJ. So I wanted to say too, we're drinking coffee. We're on the podcast.
Yes, sir.
And we have the Gearheads and Guardians coffee cup.
Yes.
So make sure, we'll put the banner up there. Make sure you go get you a Gearheads and we don't make nothing from it. It's simply
anything that we sell as far as like our Gearheads and Guardians merch, it all wraps right back into either back into the podcast itself or goes into Relief for Troops.
Yeah. So again today, this is a Comrades and coffee special that we're doing. Next week, date tentative, but we will have our first Gearheads and Guardians episode 1,
season 2.
Season 2.
I know, and we thought this was just going to be like a, maybe one done or a couple podcasts.
Yeah,
have fun with it. We weren't really expecting it to be this awesome.
Yeah,
this much fun. It really.
And that's one of the things Felicia was just saying earlier too. How the small community of a few people, and we just talk and things happen. Like the first. This is we were holding podcasts.
Oh yeah.
Here, but this is the first time that the American Legion's history has had anything like this happen here. So it's just that the veteran brotherhood, man. We're just trying to help everybody. We're doing what we can. We're just trying to. But Gearheads and Guardians coffee merch. I got the beer glasses, T-shirts. We now have. Let's talk about the camera and the laser etcher because we had promised some things and we did, and we still we're still making progress on this. But we now have the camera for the etcher.
Yes.
And dog tags. One of the things, and I don't have mine on.
I have the red ones out there.
Yes. And then go ahead and tell Felicia to go ahead and come on back. We'll get her started. But I wanted to talk about the dog tags. So the idea was that we are able to, like if you have a loved one or someone that is a veteran that may have given the ultimate or what have you not, and you want some memorabilia, you want something to remind them by.
Right.
Well, we wear dog tags and in the military, and what we wanted to do was say, hey, we can, for a donation, we can get you a dog tag set for your loved one or for someone that was a veteran that you want to remember. So go to Gearheads and Guardians. You can also go to relieffortroops.com or email us at info@relieffortroops.com, and we'll go ahead and get you some dog tags made for anybody that you want to remember. So anyway, we have the etcher, we have the box, and we have the camera. So now we're going to be able to get the there they are, red dog tags. So this is really, really cool. We have it for the Legion riders because our color is red when we ride. But you actually came across this idea. You came across this idea for the bracelets, right? And you saw that somewhere, but we have bracelets that are straight, and then we etch them. I got mine on for $245, and really all this is really to show support. And if you have something out there that you want to do, like when we do our events, like when we do our first ride for Relief for Troops, we're going to have some of this stuff where you can buy for memorabilia. We'll get a package and whatever. So I'm really looking forward to, and business cards, But I'm ready for the Gearheads and Guardians membership cards. That's what we're still working on. It's a tedious process. It takes time to get everything calibrated.
Right.
But now that we got the camera, and you're genius at it, so yeah.
Got to get some. The big thing is I got to have time to do it. Working 2 jobs, kind of rough. But
yeah, no, I bills first. But we can do special order, like if you just email us at gearheadsandguardians@gmail.com, info@relieffortroops.com, and let us know what you want. And then we'll get the site where we can have the order form put on there too. Something you told me that you were getting ready to do.
Yes, sir.
That's going to be new for 2025.
Yes.
That's upcoming few weeks or whatever.
Do tell. So what we're doing is we're actually going to have a website for Gearheads and Guardians. Will be personalized emails for you you and myself. Okay. And on there, I'm sure we can probably put a calendar on there, so we can have calendar stuff on there. And it's going to be a good time to, kind of look back, put memories from, last year podcasts, things like that, and put stuff up there for new stuff coming in.
Yes.
And, even maybe even a suggestion box.
Yeah.
If there was topics that any of y'all would like to hear about or want to know more information about, you can always put a suggestion in or drop an email or something.
Right. When you told me that, dude, I thought that's really
well, yeah, because like I said, Gearheads and Guardians started off, as being, it's going to support, Releaf for Troops. It's going to be to help support and put out information about Hessler Motorsports and Gunner's Choice.
right.
Okay, and in a matter of what, maybe I don't know, 4 or 5 casts, maybe it turned into something completely different.
Yeah, it really did.
It's turning into a good platform for, as far as HMS, Relief for Troops, things like that.
Yeah.
But it's turned into a lot more for the veteran community. It turned into something really good, and it turned into something a whole lot more than I thought it was ever going to be.
Yeah.
So congratulations to us.
No, I think it's a really cool deal.
It is.
And I think it's.
Well, that's what happens. You put 2 crazy guys like us together that have good intentions.
I don't even know how Felicia's even. I'm gonna tell them. So I'm gonna step away. Okay. Well, then let me go ahead and talk to the boss here. By the way, again, I'm getting my microphone shit right here because there's a certain way you have to do it. Again, we're here at Seguin Post 245, American Legion, and one of the things that we wanted to do was start bringing in some of the veterans that are here at the American Legion. But why not start at the top? So, ladies and gentlemen, Felicia Ramirez, she is our post commander here. Thank you for being on the show this morning. And also, thank you for letting us come into the American Legion with this circus act that we have going on here. So, with everything that's going on and everything that we're trying to do here at the American Legion, give us a little insight on your goals, your plans, and maybe things that you'd like to see us do different as a Legion, and then in the community to include things that we've already done, especially with the Veteran Outreach Center, which is really cool when they open that up. So the floor is yours.
Great. Yeah, no, thank you to both of you for coming in here. And I think from the get-go, when I first started tuning in to you all, you started really giving us positive energy and promoting the American Legion. I mean, American Legion is the largest veterans organization in the world.
It is.
Yes. And it's been in existence since 1919, and this post has been in existence since 1920. So we're just, over 100 plus years old, and come every March we celebrate the Legion's birthday. But every year we try to promote some new initiatives, and I think this is a new initiative. Never did I ever envision that we would be live at our post because a lot of it is generational on what people believe the American Legion is.
Sure.
They feel, hey, it's just a bunch of old guys, and it's mainly old guys. Sometimes they forget to include there's old girls too. And then all we do is just hang out and tell war stories. I mean, we do that, but we do so much in the community. And even right now, we started this, coffee monthly, just hanging out with veterans. But today we invited a councilman, so he's out there with us right now.
Oh, nice.
And so right now, and he's been very, very supportive of us. And right now, I told him, I said, I work, my real paying job is working for the state. I work at the food stamp office, so I always see a lot of the need of our community. But the part that always breaks my heart is when I see a veteran that comes in that's homeless. And so I was telling Joe Ray is our councilman. I said, we need to do something about this because that's my initiative, is that there should never be a veteran that served in our armed forces to sleep on the streets of America.
Absolutely.
That is not something that we should ever,
That's no bueno.
put up with.
Right.
But there is no homeless shelter in Seguin. There is no homeless shelter in New Braunfels. So when a lot of homeless veterans come into my office, we try to connect them with resources, but I have nothing to give them when it comes to housing.
Right.
So that's my big goal. My smaller goals, obviously, are to make us be one with the community, and that's where, being involved with city council and, commissioner's court,
Sure.
we can go into the PD and anywhere, and people know who the American Legion is because we are there for them.
We are.
And then in turn, they are there for us. So
We have, when in the 9/11, and in the handing out of the Thanksgiving dinners
Right.
to the first responders,
Mhm.
what have you not. You spent, I don't know much about your military career, so bear with me. But you were in the Air Force. When you got out, and I don't know if it's just for me, but I want to ask on someone at your level. You don't see while you're in, or even before we go in the military, you really don't see the necessity that a lot of our veterans out there needs. Like, you don't pay attention to how many homeless vets. You see people out there, but you don't know if they're veterans or not. When you got out, how much more did you see of that after realizing that coming in the civilian world, it's a different world, but now your eyes are open a little bit more. Like, did you see a lot of that when you got out?
I did. I mean, I went in right out of high school. So for me, the Air Force was my first job. And so I got out as a 40-year-old. So my whole world, my whole adult world was being in uniform.
Right.
So when I got out, I didn't even know what to wear. I was like, I'm going to this job, and I look it up, and it says business casual. I'm like, what does that mean? What does that mean? So you transition into the civilian workforce, and I remember my first job. It was still kind of connected with the military. We were contracted by the VA, and I was what they call a veteran service coordinator. So I still worked with veterans. And I remember my boss came up to me and said, "You need to slow down. You have 8 hours to do your work."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Yeah, but what if something else comes up? I don't know how to slow down. I just need to work, And so, you learn how to adjust, but nobody really prepares you for the civilian world. And I think, as we transition, nobody prepares you about veterans organization.
Right.
Because it took me a while because you're raising kids and going to work that you don't have time to do this.
Right.
It wasn't until your kids are grown and you go, man, I got all this free time. Let me go check out what this American Legion is. And then you find out, it's still us.
Yep.
It's us just wearing different clothes.
Yes.
But still with the same passion in our heart, to do good things for veterans. But we extend it to the local community because that's where we landed. And for us, you can look in our meetings and there will be nobody that I serve with. I mean, you guys serve together, but for me, I didn't serve with anybody.
Right.
But yet I would go to war with all these people as much as sometimes they're a pain in the ass.
All the time.
But they are, they're our team now.
Yeah.
And I feel privileged, honored that they kept me on board for the last 4 years, to lead them. But I wouldn't be anybody without them holding me up as well. So.
It's interesting that you say that too, because Chuck and I talk about all the time where I didn't know about the American. You hear about it. At the VFW when I was in ROTC in high school, we'd sell the poppies, right? But it wasn't until Rocco told me, "Hey, you need to come out and check this out, man," because he got hired. You hired him to work here part time, and he told me about it, and I came out and got a glimpse of it, and I was like, "These are our people." And you don't have to serve with someone to be in the same mindset, the same realm, the same, because we all come from the same thing.
Right.
And that's something that I appreciate what you do here is we try to keep people understanding that, right? And what we do for the community, the ALR, the riders, we're out all the time helping out, So as for the American Legion now, we have a lot of things coming up for the American Legion. What is some of the distant goals besides, like you had talked about the housing and trying to work with the veterans in that sense, but here at the post, right? What do we have coming up that you think is going to kind of help us broaden, our vision or being seen here in the community?
Right. I mean, right now we started what we call Operation Facelift. So for 2025, we're going to give this whole building, the exterior and interior facelift. We're going to redo some of the things that, because of money or time, we haven't gone around to. And our first venture is going to be actually working with the high school. The high school here in Seguin has a art department. And so one of our members members, who's the chair for Operation Facelift, he's made contact with the art teacher, and during spring break, which will be March timeframe, they're gonna paint a mural outside.
Oh, nice.
And so we'll be having a little mini fundraiser in February to kind of make money for the paint. And so then we're going to then let the kids do their art. You know, we approve whatever they're going to paint up there, and it's going to be a patriotic scene. But I think the bigger piece, not just the picture that's going to go up there,
Sure.
is the community involvement of kids. You know, so these are high school kids that are going to put their mark on our building, you know, and it's going to be kind of like an evolution. So every year, every spring break when they have off, there'll be different artists that are going to come and touch it up, maybe add a little bit more,
That's
put their own thumbprint.
So cool.
So
Yeah.
so that's going to be the first thing that we're doing, and then we're going to take it in here, you know, and start, you know, taking the paneling off,
Work on the inside.
yeah, and you know, just kind of redoing the walls. I mean, we did the floors last year, but I think once people see that artwork comes up, I think it's going to make the building pop.
Well, not only that, it's also you're involved. Like you said, we're involved in the community,
Right.
and people that wouldn't normally have eyes on, as those kids come and do this,
Uh-huh.
they're going to always want to show
Yeah.
their friends and family,
Yeah,
hey,
good.
I did that,
Yeah,
we did that.
Did it. Yeah.
And as that happens, they'll get invited. You know, we can invite them to do a bunch of other
Right,
stuff we got
yeah.
coming up. So I think it's a great idea. I
Yeah,
think it's
no,
really
yeah.
good.
So I think the American Legion is founded on a lot of different, you know, principles, but one of them is children and youth, and this is how we're going to get the youth involved here in Seguin, you know, and it'll be a masterpiece. I have no doubt.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
going to
so-
look beautiful.
so.
Well, very good. You know, appreciate you for being here. I know we got short time, but again, thank you for everything that you guys do, and for bringing us two wild guys, and for Mark, you know, and Zilis to come in here and do something. But Post 245 Seguin, American Legion. If you're a veteran, come on out, talk to us, talk to Felicia. You're very, you know, that's another thing too, real quick, is you're very hands-on. You are very involved with almost everything that we do here. And I think that says a lot about representation of leadership out in the community. So I really appreciate everything that you guys do for us and giving us a place to come be wild.
No, and I will continue to open the doors for you and your mission, you know, and like I said before, we belong to a bigger piece, which is the Guadalupe County Veterans Council, which are the other VFWs, the DAV, GI Forum, and I want to invite you then to do a presentation to those post commanders, who then we can bring them into our big hall and just highlight everything that you do at a bigger scale.
Oh, that'd be really cool. I appreciate the invite. I'm sure Mark can testify that too. So big things happen when you get to the right people.
Yeah,
So, Felicia, I appreciate your time. Thank you for being here, and we're going to continue to use your room here and have a good time.
You do whatever you need to do.
And
It's your home.
we'll see you in the future.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Man, you know, I think that the cool thing about doing this is the ability to have our veterans that come here join us and actually get some exposure to themselves. I mean, I think no one's ever forgotten. And I think that's one of the things that she said is we have a lot of veteran issues out there that we still are working
Oh yeah.
on. And we don't, you know, I don't know, it's sad to see, but we're doing everything we can to help out. So that was really cool for her to come on. And we had a commissioner here? I don't know.
Yeah, he's up there. He's up there.
Maybe, you know, do you want to do an impromptu commissioners?
Oh, what do you want to ask?
I don't know.
Do you have any ideas that you're gonna ask?
I have zero.
Hey,
I have
I would
zero.
say, sorry to chime in, but I would say what you were saying, you know, me run the synergy of getting together and trying to do something for the veterans here that are homeless.
Well, yeah.
That'd be a good tag.
Yeah, you know, and that's a good point, Mark. He's off camera here, but you know, Mark Vidal's running for city commissioner over there in San Antonio, and the networking is key. You know, getting everybody together to network, and it's not for anything but to connect everybody to resources that they need.
That's it.
Right.
Well, that's what it's about.
You got people that need medical stuff. You got people that need houses like Felicia.
Well, I mean, some of these people, all they need is just a ride to the VA.
Yeah.
You know, and previous job, I dealt with insurance companies, getting these people their rights to their appointments. A lot of times they're not exactly dependable.
Yeah.
You know, because I was on the other end of the phone getting screamed at, you know, by these folks who are like, man, I really need to get to the doctor. This is my diagnosis. And I get it. I get it. It's important. So I think that being said, that, you know, if people just had a better understanding of things, and, you know, if people, it's coming, like you were saying, you know, come together as a community and help each other out. You know, and us being veterans, you know, we should be able to do something to help each other out. You know, should be like I don't know, what, a call line or something. You know,
Right.
Something. You know, and it's all something we could, you know, try to bring up to folks and say, hey, this is something that we thought about that really needs some attention.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, just an email, or just you know, there's phone numbers on everything we do. If you need something, we say it all the time. Let's get out, because hence why you started Comrades and Comrades.
That's exactly it. Exactly.
You know, even if you're homeless, the doors are not closed to anyone. This isn't open. You know, this is open to everybody. If you're out there and you're on the struggle, and you just need a sense of belonging, or you need a sense of, I just want to feel,
Like
give
I
me
have
a life.
purpose.
Yeah, I have
Something.
a purpose. You come out over here, and we're going to make sure you have a purpose.
Oh, absolutely.
Trust me, we're going to make sure that you feel it.
Absolutely. There's no doubt.
This-
No doubt about it. Absolutely no doubt about it. And I'm telling you right now, I'm living proof.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
living proof.
Yeah. Felicia told me the story about, you know, just like you had told me, you know, it's, we all, I don't know how to say it. I don't want to say we have to have it, but there is a sense, you have to feel a sense of belonging within yourself, no matter where you get it,
Absolutely.
you know, and some of us, just like you said, it just takes talking to someone that understands. And that's why we're here. That's why
Well,
we
somebody that understands, somebody that gives a damn. That's
Yeah,
90% of the battle right there.
yeah, it really is. You know, real quick, before we continue on, we have a list. We have a list of people that we really wanted to throw out for this.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
Chuck, this is your thing. So go ahead on the list.
Well,
and thank you.
It's our. So we really do want to put a big thank you out there to Mr. and Mrs. Cecil Valdez. They're two wonderful folks, and they have a consulting business here in Seguin.
Nice.
And was really wonderful people. They came here last year, beginning of fall, I think it was, late summer, early fall. They came in, never been here before, and you know, I greeted them. They came in, you know, and I kind of showed them around, showed them how things work, and this, that, and the other. And you know, they became regulars. They come in and they play the machines, they have their drinks, whatever, and
Yeah.
you know, and they donated $40 today for the Comrades and Coffee today.
Wow.
Yeah, cute. And I want to thank Mark O'Donnell Consulting, helps out quite often. Amzo HMS, Hester Motorsports, Gunner's Choice. I don't know who that Gunner's Choice guy is, but and then of course, you know, we got the American Legion Post 245, the riders, the SAL, the Sons of the American Legion Auxiliary.
It's a great organization.
Exactly, great. Yeah, we got Bronco Construction,
Kevin Missy Baker.
right? K3 Trucking. Gary Johnson has preferred custom cabinets. Rodriguez Upholstery down the road from us here at the Legion. They're a big supporter. Of whenever we have something, they always try to participate.
Right.
You know, and they're not even members. They're just great
That's
people.
community help.
Great people from the community, and they support us every day. Let's be honest, they're here every day.
Yeah.
Okay. Also wanted to mention tiles that we have for sale, the ceiling tiles.
Oh yeah, the donation tiles. Yes.
Donation tiles. Okay.
Yes.
If somebody wants to put a tile up in our ceiling, it's $25 per person, unless it's a business. If it's a business, then it's $50.
Yeah.
And you can put whatever you want on them, as long as it's not vulgar, crass, or anything like that, or putting somebody down. We don't do nothing like that.
Yes.
And again, you know, we want to make sure that we mention Third Day Coffee again. Third Day Coffee, Iron Soldier Coffee Company. Another big thing I want to make sure we mention too is the wall, the traveling
Oh, the
Vietnam
Vietnam
wall.
Wall, yes.
It'll be at the Coliseum.
Yeah.
What day was it? Oh, Veterans Day. Veterans Day. It'll be here Veterans Day. I think it's the day before and the day after.
Yes, and then I believe the riders, we will be escorting the
Yes.
wall
Yeah.
to the Coliseum, so that's cool.
So then, and if you want to see something completely amazing, I've seen it online. Just what I saw online was utterly amazing. I can't imagine how beautiful that is in front of your face.
Yeah, and it comes to us.
And,
Like,
yeah.
you got to get on a list too.
Yeah,
You got
it's basically a scaled down version of the real Vietnam War.
so awesome.
Yeah, get cheered up inside.
Yeah.
But that will be at the Seguin Coliseum, and then February 9th for the Super Bowl. They have a big Super Bowl party here too. So if you're in the AO, make sure you're out here for the Super
Come
Bowl.
on out to the Super Bowl.
Right on.
Super Bowl party.
And I want to say, I think that's bar hours too. I make sure we know about the bar. The bar opens at 3 o'clock Monday through Friday. Saturday it opens, and I think Sunday. Yeah, Sunday it opens at 3.
Right.
But it closes at different hours. Normally until 9, 10 on Saturday, and 10 on Sunday.
10 on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. All these people in the community want to help out. In fact, we have we decided to do an impromptu.
Impromptu.
An impromptu. We have, Mark is here and he's running for city council up there in San Antonio. But we have Councilman Joe Rea here from District 1 here in Seguin, and we're going to bring him on. It's just an impromptu, but this is what we like to do. Having some leadership out in the community come on in, and this is the first time for us too. So, Mr. Rea, I appreciate you coming here. Welcome to Gearheads and Gardens. Real quick, we're a veterans organization. This is what we do. Talk about how you see the veteran community here in Seguin and in your district, and how the American Legion has shown the support for everybody here in the community.
Well, I met Felisa just 4 years ago when I first got in the council. So I wasn't familiar with the American Legion Hall and all that. Ever since I came and I met a lot of the folks here, I realized that it's an organization that does help our veterans. They reach out to them. They have a lot of different occasions where they have parties and they have meetings. And it's a great organization for our veterans. Unfortunately, I don't think everybody gets involved in it.
Sure.
A lot of the veterans they don't associate. They don't come over to But it is a great organization here in Seguin, and they have Christmas parties. They have social. They have gatherings. They have motorcycle rides. They have barbecues. It's a great thing for the community.
In light of today's society, right, how today's world is kind of going, what, as a councilman, what is your vision for the community, not just in the veterans world, but what are you trying to, or what is your vision for the future of the Seguin community to kind of get everybody involved, try to get really, back to the roots of true community with everybody, getting together and actually kind of shine, pushing away all the garbage and helping each other in the community.
One of the things that I've just introduced to the city, and in fact we're having a meeting Tuesday with the city manager, is to have a senior program here for our seniors. I'm originally from Alice, which is about a 2.5 hour drive south from here, and my mother's going to be 92 here in a couple of weeks, and she would wake up at 5:30 in the morning and watch TV from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. That's all she did, and it was kind of depressing when I would go visit her and say, "What did you do all day? Just sit here and watch TV. There's nothing else to do." Well, they have a senior program in Alice, which is down by Corpus. People don't know where Alice is.
Sure.
And they have like 56 members. There's 3 shuttles that picks them up in the morning at 7:30 in the morning. My mother lives 2 blocks away from it. She walked with her. They told her, "You can't walk. We will pick you up. We're responsible for you." They pick them up at 7:30. They bring them to the center. At 8 o'clock, they feed them breakfast. At 12 noon, they feed them lunch. They play bingo. They play chalupa. They have a patio where people can go out and drink coffee or smoke. And then they have a TV room with a big wraparound sofa.
Oh, okay.
Seniors can go there and watch TV. They have 5 little beds. So if you say, "Well, I'd like to take a nap around," at 9:30, 10 o'clock. Well, there's beds over here. You can take a nap. It's a great program, but we don't have it in Seguin. Alice is about 25,000 population. We're almost twice the size of Alice, and we don't have that program here. So I talked to the city manager. I'm also a member of the community council of South Central Texas. I'm on the board of directors for them. And I introduced it to them, and I think it's a great idea. If we can get that program started here in Seguin, we have so many seniors that all they do is sit home and watch TV because their children don't have time to visit you.
Yeah.
You know, I've got 3 kids. They're too busy.
Yeah.
And the only time that I can tell you they're going to come visit me is on my birthday, Father's Day, Thanksgiving, and Christmas.
Sure.
But we need a program like that for our seniors here in Seguin. And that would be great because there's so many people that all they do home is sit and watch TV and then take depression pills because they're depressed and they're lonely.
Yeah.
And it's a great program. And that's what I really want to get started here in Seguin.
That's something that is really important. And I'm glad you said that because that's across the board. That seniors and not having a place to go, right? And that's what we want to try to do is help everybody. Everything we do is for veterans and but it's really everybody. And having a center like that where people can go to actually get up with it, right? And feel a sense of belonging with others of your era, you know, of your age. And the fact that we don't have one here,
they text me. They text me.
So I think that'd be a great thing.
And we have a lot of seniors that are, you know, they're widowed,
Yes.
and they have nobody. And that's sad when you see a veteran just home alone. You know, they have a house, they have a place to live.
Yeah.
But they have no social life. And you go down here, you're playing games. I've got a pool table. I said, if we get a senior program started, I'll donate my pool table.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and then we'll have, hey, they play pool. And now we have one of the senior in the program here that we go out there and they play pool and socialize with other people and meet people and other veterans from the community. And now they got a life. And they're, you know, at least they're happy, you know, socializing instead of just sitting there doing nothing.
We talk about a lot about that there, Councilman. Is the you know, and we just talked about veterans here at American Legion, you know, but we need everybody to feel a sense of belonging. Senior citizens. If there's anything we can do to help, I mean, like we're talking about now, we can help get it out, broadcast it, and get more people involved with what you're doing. Please use our platform. We'll do everything we can to help out and you know, push forward on your vision for your community.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So, but I think, you know, again, the belonging. You're absolutely correct. You know, that's why we do all this. We're not getting any younger, Joe. We're not. You know, and as we get older, you're right. The kids leave for college, and everybody just kind of goes away. You know, and if you don't have a hobby, or if you don't have something that keeps you going, even in your upper ages, yeah, I think your vision for that is well needed. So if there's anything we can do to help out, we would love to help out. So, but Joe Rea, Councilman, thank you for an impromptu interview. We hope that maybe we can have you on again. You know, maybe when you guys are doing some more your big, you know, city management or what have you not. You know, the next event that we have, maybe we get you all to come out and talk more about what's going on in the community and try to help you guys out. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate your time so much.
Yes, sir.
You know, so one of the things that we talk about all the time. Yeah, you're good to go, Joe. We think that it's not needed, right? And our community is such a need of things. I'm glad the councilman talked about that. Is the veterans center, or not veterans, the elderly center. You know, I didn't know that we didn't have a senior center. This is called a senior center.
Well, we used to. A while back, we used to have a place called Silver Center, and I'm not for sure what happened with that.
Yeah.
It's not a senior center. So hopefully something will get done with that, and we can have a nice senior center.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, none of us are getting younger. Let's just be honest. None of us are getting younger. And the fact of the matter is, we all need a place to belong and feel comfortable.
Absolutely.
You know, you can't always just stay home and be a couch potato. You know what I mean? You got to get out, stay healthy, get out, move around, do things. You know, so that's going to be a great thing. If you can get a nice senior center started, that would be great. I mean, it'd be so cool. You know, some place where people go watch movies or whatever. You know,
That's
and the thing with it is, here's the funny part. Okay, when you and I sit back and we think senior center, we're thinking of people, you know, playing checkers, things like that, and things you see on a TV show. Okay, but now think about this. I'm 55 years old.
I'm getting there.
10 more years, dude, I'm going to be a senior citizen.
Yeah. Then you get coffee for free.
Right. Then I get, that's the best part.
And free coffee.
Unless you come to the Legion.
Right.
But, you know, things to do for folks, you know. People our age, you know, a few years down the road, what are they going to want to do? They're not going to want to sit around and play checkers. You know, they're going to want to do different things. Halo, man. Special ops, whatever. You know, video games, things like that. You know, and
I still game at 47.
Dude, yeah. I'm 55, and whenever I get a chance to pick up my PS4, I do. Yeah. But I'm usually so tired. I could, but no.
Not doing it.
No, give me a cold beer and I'll just lay down here.
I think, you know, and it's really cool that it just by chance that the councilman was here. But, you know, I'm actually going to allow you to throw a little impromptu. This is an event, so let's say this is kind of turning into something here. We were going to talk about this, just what we were doing, and today in Comrades of Coffee. Now we got the post commander come on, and we're going to and the councilman. But I am actually going to step off to the side, and I'm going to let Mark hop in here and throw down a little bit about Relief for Troops and our stuff. But let me get out of the light for a minute and let you have this is your event. So I'm gonna let you have a moment to talk to. I'll introduce him real quick. Mark O'Donnell. It's been a long relationship with him, and when it comes to racing, and been around my racing program, you know, since we started in
day one, practically.
Yeah, somewhere in there, and has really helped out a lot with the car over the years, and then we stumbled upon, you know, the Relief for Troops and what have you, and Zilis, you know, and you know, real quick, the reason why I'm where I'm at, with my Zilis adventure and with the cancer and dealing with everything is because of this man, you know, and so I'm going to give him a chance to come on over here. He can talk on our behalf because I ramble every week. So I give you Mark O'Donnell, and I'm going to go get some more coffee.
Thank you, brother.
Good to have you.
What's going on, sir?
Good to see you.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure, brother.
It's always good to see you.
I've only wanted to do this for like a year.
So now, Mark, I know you got your hands in a lot. And you're a very busy guy. And I have to say, honest to God, first thing I want to say is I admire your tenacity to do all that stuff flawless. I mean, and the best part is, you know, you're running for council. You do the Zilis thing, and you got your hands in a couple other little private ventures. I don't know if you want to put that information out.
Yeah,
you got some other consulting stuff going on.
Yes.
And the best part of all, you do all that flawlessly, but you're a nice person.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank the world for both you guys.
Well, we do think a lot about you. I personally appreciate all you do for him. You know, being that he's my best friend, battle buddy, and you introduced him to Zilis, and it's I'm going to start getting emotional. I can feel it. But I mean, it's he's my best friend. I love the guy. You know, like a real brother. You know, and you've helped him with Zilis, and it's gotten him healthy, and he's still here, man. And I owe you a lot of things for that.
We started this, you know, with just the heart to reach out, you know, just one veteran at a time.
Right
on.
on.
Very grassroots, very, you know, we didn't know what the product was going to do. You know, now look at where we're at.
Exactly.
We're part of the Patriot program. So shout out to Zilis for the product, to Angie Thompson's now our CEO.
Mm-hmm.
We're very, very fortunate with Dr. Emily, with Michael Tate. There's just so many people I mean, I could just name it.
Yeah, the list is endless, I'm sure.
But, for us, we started in the Patriot program, excuse me, Patriot program had come out. So we started with Zilis, and they had Ultracell, they had Lemon and the Berry, they had the Dream, they had the Ice, they had Edge. Later Topical came, and now I think we're either fourth or fifth generation of CBD, CBG, CBN products.
Right.
Fourth or fifth generation of those products. So, we started with Drew, and we didn't know, like I say, Drew told me, give me 3 months, and let's see what it does. And of course, you guys that have been listening to Gearheads and Guardians, you know Drew's testimony, and I'm really fortunate, Chuck, in the sense that my health has always been really good. I mean, I've broken a bone or whatever, but I've not gone through the cancer. I've not gone through. At one point, they thought I was borderline diabetic, and it turns out I wasn't. You just kind of watch your diet, and more than likely you'll never die that. But there are those that we've met. We've been fortunate enough to meet that they're going through trauma, PTSD, the thrashing nightmares that Drew used to have, the combativeness, and we've just seen people's lives change. And so somewhat of what has happened with Drew. And again, this is testimony. We have to be careful because we're not doctors. We're not nurses,
right.
We always have to make sure and say
just what we experienced.
This is what we've experienced, and this is opinion. But we didn't know back then, and to be quite honest, the struggles. We're a nonprofit, and I have to say this too. The fact that I'm running for city council, we as Releaf for Troops do not support and back Mark O'Donnell.
Right.
We're a nonprofit with no political ties or alliances, so I got to make sure and say that too, for the legality side of it. But back to the doctors and the nurses, and that this is solely our opinion, but if you have somebody that's got chronic sniffles or chronic cough, seems like they get cold all the time, or just on and on and on, and they start taking the product, it just works. And so that validated the faith that I had when Drew and I were talking to say, hey, bro, try this.
Right.
I don't know. Again, I got no medical background, but every time I go to PubMD or go to, research hemp or whatever, it just really seemed like there were some answers that potentially could be.
Exactly.
And then we've seen it. And now you're on it. You've been on it for 6 months.
It's about 6 months to a year.
Yeah. So you've been on
it. Or a little over a year, actually.
A little over a year that you've been doing it. And sorry, I've lost track with all that stuff going on. But it's just so cool to see, people getting results and I got to take a step back. We've been very, very fortunate with the VA in San Antonio. And potentially what may transpire. The things are kind of lining up. It's just a matter of setting the dates and the times, and we're through the holidays. Hopefully, before January's over, maybe in February, some of the Zilis leadership will be able to get on the phone with Dr. Jill, and we'll be able to move forward with that. And again, let's see what happens, right? But to the viewers, we have people that check in weekly with you guys. I'm there. I'm in the background. I'm usually in San Antonio while you guys, Bruce in Floresville, you're here.
Yeah.
Unless you guys are doing the Legion whole thing. But it's just amazing to see the comments that we have and the emails periodically. And if you don't mind, guys, it's info@Releaf, RELEAF, the number 4, Troops, TROOPS.org. We'll get you the email. Now the website is relieffortroops.org is the main site, but you can do .com and it'll send you back over. So either one.
Right.
So
have a banner thing that splashed up, but I don't have it anymore.
No, that's cool. That's cool. But again, just it's been so empowering for me to watch Drew and for him to be able to get back in the race car. There was a point where we didn't know Drew was going to be back in the
right.
We
were all worried. We were all worried.
And for those of you guys, again, this may be a little bit of rehash for those of you that follow weekly. But we weren't 100% sure what was going to happen. You weren't really sparring a whole lot. You weren't really teaching a whole lot with jiu-jitsu. At their studio that they had at the time, and now fast forward, and back in the car, and being able to go to work every single day and not be in pain and not having to think about I'm going through all this stuff. Clean bill of health. So
right on, and that's amazing. And it's For like, and like I said, and the biggest obstacle I've had with Zilis so far, like I was telling you earlier, oh, but it's gonna, I'll show up hot. I would show.
No.
They have to put on there for legality issues, you know. But the fact of the matter is, we've seen it. True form, it does not happen.
I'm going to step out there on something, and I want to be really, really careful because I'm going to get myself flagged. But
No, you're good.
there's a gentleman that sits in the Texas state government,
Right on.
and I'll go as far as saying the Attorney General. So for those of you that are watching know who that is, he knows obviously who he is. I'm beginning to try to reach out to him. I've not been in contact with him, but I really feel like AG could make a huge impression on Governor Abbott and get the word out there. We are a very transparent company. Again, we have the Patriot program. If you can Google this, and I can say his name, we'll just refer to him as Colonel for the moment. But Colonel, who's been in some movies in Hollywood, sits on our board of directors for the Patriot program. We would love to talk to AG. We would love to talk to Governor Abbott. We would love to talk to the senators and the congressmen and educate them on the difference. Yes, I personally would love at some point in time, and I'll flag myself, and I'm okay with this. I'm in favor of marijuana when marijuana is done right.
Exactly.
I'm definitely in favor of hemp, CBD, CBG, CBN, everything that's derived from hemp, not just to include our products, but your paper goods, your textiles. I mean, they used to make jeans.
Yeah.
They used to make jeans out of hemp, right? So the clothing, airplanes. They did I think it was about a 95% airplane built out of hemp.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't know.
You can do fuels.
yeah.
The company that won in Canada, the Canadian government, which is now going through the transition with Trudeau stepping down. The company that won the battery technology. There were, I think, 3 or 5 years that the Canadian government was looking for a replacement for lithium, because the lithium fires.
Yeah.
The company, my understanding, that won that money, that research, is it's hemp-based battery.
Way cool.
Yeah. So again, there's all these possibilities. So when you say no to hemp in a bottle that's taken down to literally no THC,
Right.
And you're literally, certain counties in Texas, even though that the Farm Bill Act was signed, there's still counties in Texas that if you have more than one bottle, so if you have multiple bottles that are sealed,
Yeah.
and a bottle open, it's like the same as the open container law for alcohol. They can arrest you and put you in jail for having
Medicine.
Having CBD, having medicine. So, and again, guys, it's all formulated down. So much of it is natural. There's like in the lemon and in the berry, there's a little bit of artificial flavor.
Sure.
But we have the raw that's non-flavored. So, again, and just going back to Drew, and then I'll move forward. We've seen the results, guys. We've seen the results, and you guys.
I've seen the results personally.
You've seen it,
Felt it.
Yeah. But I really want to thank you, Chuck, and you and I've talked a lot, of course, with your chief here.
Gotcha.
She and I had a long conversation. It was really kind of funny because, we don't realize, folks, we don't realize the impact that we can make on people, right? I hope you don't mind.
No.
At that point in time, when you got started here, you were looking, and it was kind of a day-to-day and some uncertainty. And I remember our conversations. I'm not in your shoes, but I extend my faith to you that when the timing is right, that job is going to be there. And
Good Lord opened the door.
Good Lord opened the door. Things have been uphill, and now with the other opportunity that you have, and it's all kind of gelling and fitting together. And so, and again, we just don't know. I know DJ's probably still watching. I hope you are, DJ. I know DJ's dad. DJ and I think have met passing at the track, but I support DJ. And when Drew told me what was going on, I'm like, dude, we got to do everything we can. This man is looking. He's searching, he's asking, and he's willing to take the support. And my hope is that, like with the hall, that as people walk in, that we have an open ear to just hear what's going on with the individual, not try to cookie cutter them and say, this is what I always tell people with our product. I can't tell you what it's going to do because, it's going to do different things to different people. hopefully we're able to be there for people in the time of need, and maybe not have the answer directly, but maybe we can potentially put them in contact with somebody.
Yeah, put them on the right path.
Hearing just now when she was saying that we don't even have a veteran home in Seguin. I've got family that lives in Seguin. My grandfather settled in San Marcos,
Okay.
but we've always had, Kingsbury and Gonzales and just
Right.
all over the area. We've had family, in New Braunfels, San Antonio, and so it does my heart good to know that you guys have a councilman that at least he's putting it on the radar to say, hey, we need a veteran. We need, not a transitional home. We need a place where they can stay, where they can, where they can have camaraderie. And you guys here as Legion Hall, you have the camaraderie, but to be able to have more camaraderie together and live close together.
Right. Well, and I think that was something that Felisa and I was talking about, and I want to say that the councilman was saying something about it too. Was Seguin's got an issue with homelessness. And the part that really, I get my heart gets real heavy, but we got an issue with homeless veterans at the town.
Yes.
It's no bueno, bro.
I have a heart for both the homeless and homeless veteran. I have a real heart for the veteran. Me not being a veteran, Dad served the Army the first go around, Korea, got out, tried to go back to Philly, hated the civilian life. So after thinking about it, after going out dancing with a couple of his buddies, Monday morning he ended up walking into the Air Force recruiter.
My brother.
And just said, I've been here. I've done it before, but I did it with the Army. Tried to talk him out of joining the Air Force and said, why don't you just go back to the Army? Why don't you do reserves? He said, no, I want to see, I've seen the Army world. I've seen those parts of the world.
Sure.
I want to see a different part of the world.
Right.
I want to be able to go to Germany. I want to be able to go to Japan. I want to be able to, and this is in 57. Right?
Sure.
So, full circle through everything. Dad ended up going civil service after he got out of the Air Force, married Mom, got out. And so when it came time for me, went through ROTC. My plan was to go to college, to go to ROTC. And my senior year, a couple months before graduation, my dad said, I want to talk with you. And I'm like, oh God,
Oh, no.
somebody's sick, something's going on. And he said, your mom and I have been talking, and we do not want you to join. We don't want you to serve. And I said, okay. I said, but you did. And he goes, I know, but just hear me out. Okay, I respect you enough to hear you out. He said, you are our only surviving child. And because of that, it would kill your mom to know that you were in harm's way. It would kill your mom to know that you had been injured, or worse, that you're no longer with us.
Yeah.
And I said, respect. So I ended up choosing the private sector, but my heart has always been for the vets.
Sure.
Right? And so when we were talking about the homeless and the homeless vets, it breaks my heart to know that the veterans have served, and that we will spend billions of dollars to foreign countries that don't care for us on a given day, that don't care about this country, and yet guys like you guys that are struggling, that are hurting, that are homeless, right? And I'm sorry, because again, I'm going to get myself in trouble here, but again, I'm not a doctor, but we give our troops so much chemicals instead of looking at a product or products like Zilis that potentially, right, we got to, guys, potentially can make an impact on people's lives.
Absolutely.
And so, again, I want to be careful. This isn't about Mark O'Donnell running for city council, but part of what I want to do for the city of San Antonio and the influence, the impact that we have. Sorry, I'll wind it down. The influence that we have with Zilis and with the VA, that we're very fortunate to have those people. I want to make a bigger splash.
Right.
So that's my personal goal. That's our goal with Releaf for Troops.
Right on.
Get the word out there more. Gearheads, Guardians, man, you have been amazing, bro. You've been amazing.
I try, like, even when I'm at my other job, and I deal with the public every day. And I deal with 99% of men that come through there, and most veterans. I'm not discounting female soldiers and sailors.
Not at all.
I'm not saying that at all.
Not at all.
But where I work at, it's 99% men that come in there. Okay. And I get a lot of vets. And, a lot of vets don't even know that we're here. A lot of vets don't know nothing about Zilis. They'll come in there and they'll, oh, my back. Oh, yeah, come by Comrades and coffee on Saturday, blah, blah, blah. We got some vibe or whatever, we'll hook you up. So I always try to put it out there, always. Sales, ABC, always be closed. Always be closed. So I'm always telling people, bam, 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 bam. There's two guys that work at my other job that want to try Zilis, and then one of the bartenders here wants to try Zilis. Because I told him, I said, look, man, I showed him the x-rays of my back and my shoulders and my legs and my skull and all these things, all the arthritis that I'm going through. And how Zilis helps me cope everything.
Yes. So before, because I know he's doing the wind down, talking about the fact that people don't know that like with Releaf for Troops, Comrades, Guardians, that we even exist. When you were showing these earlier, I hadn't seen this one. And I'm
okay.
It's yours. Well, I'm going to get with you on it. Thank you. But guys, with Chuck, Gearheads Guardians, the bracelets, and then the dog tags. Drew and I have been talking about doing some special dog tags for new members that come on.
Yeah.
So that's all Chuck, guys. So brother, thank you.
Oh no,
and lots of love to you.
Oh man,
thank you for having me. Yeah, thanks Drew for stepping down. But I've actually jokingly told Drew a couple of times. I'm like, hey man, once you get me to chime in one day, I'll buzz in and we'll chat. But guys, seriously, everything that these guys are doing for our veterans, please consider the veterans when this time of year. We're early into the year as far as your giving and stuff. Look for veterans organizations. Right. Gearheads Guardians, support them, please. Relieffortroops.org. We have a donation button. Drew and I take zero salary.
Right.
We say that we literally beat that to death.
Absolutely.
We don't take a penny out of there, but the money goes back in. We buy product. We do the things we can. Right. So
God bless y'all for doing.
God bless you, brother. Thank you again for having me.
Love you so much, bro. Take care.
Love you too, brother.
Big hugs.
hug. We're gonna knock over the
God
camera.
bless you. Take care, brother.
Come here. All right.
Way cool.
I mean, it's really cool to be able
How you been?
to turn something small that you and I were going to do.
I've met you before.
Here we got a guest, impromptu. Like there's nothing.
Right. And the cool part is people want to do this.
It's funny you say that. I just went out there and the councilman said, "I want you guys' information." Right? So, again,
all right.
It's providing. Here's the thing. I'm going to say this about jujitsu, right, real quick, because it's all about business, right? And it's all about helping.
That's the big.
But in jujitsu, in today's world of jujitsu,
Robert,
it's turned into a moneymaker. Okay. It has turned into about, can my dojo be glorified? Or can I make it where I just live off of just training, right? And that's where I think the breakdown in systems happen.
Right.
The authenticity, the principles, the true honor and meaning of whatever art it is. The basics, right? Where when I teach in a park, it's all about the art. And I've only got one. Hopefully you have two students. But that's what it's about. When you talk about what we do, it's about going back to principle of taking care.
Right.
And to have the ability to bring people in on an impromptu where you're really talking to them unprepared. So you get make it truth. And so I just really think that this is really cool what we've turned this into.
Absolutely. And again, because this whole thing we just started off with, like, there goes Rocco and Nitro being stupid.
We're just gonna come and do
We're just gonna talk about guns and drinking beer and whatever, and it turned into something much better and something more glorious. Let's just call it what it is. I mean, when prime example, when we took the oath in the military, being NCO, we became NCOs. We took an oath. Okay, we have a creed that we live by. And just because we're not physically in anymore, I was never relieved of my oath as a non-commissioned officer, and one of the things in there that tells us you will not put yourself in front of anybody. You will not use anybody for personal gain, things like that. Everybody else comes first. We come last.
That's right.
And I think I've held on to that. And I know you have too. That's kind of what this has turned into.
Yeah, it really has. I mean, like I said, we never forget. I think a lot of people do that is they forget. Right? They forget where they came from.
Exactly. I was just getting ready to say.
Right? Forget where they came from. We haven't forgotten where we came from. And
Right.
that is why doing this, like when you had the idea to do the podcast, just so that we can, really it was just about reliving our experiences in the military.
Yeah.
It was not about any of this that it's turned into.
Yeah.
Um,
It was just two guys having fun, keeping in touch with each other because we're best friends and we live far apart.
yeah, and we wanted to talk guns and we wanted to talk veteran stuff.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what we did. It's turned into this. And I think it's because we're not out for any type of fame or fortune.
No.
Because I have a full-time job. You have a job.
Two.
You know, yeah. And so, but our mission has kind of been tweaked over the time.
Absolutely.
You know, and you know, like they always say, Sergeant Major Briscoe always told me, you can always add to what you can never take away. We're always adding to it. You know, and I think this has been a great thing today.
Well, yeah,
Even though we are going over time, but
I'm not sweating.
I'm not either.
But not only has Comrades and Guardians grown into, just a wonderful podcast. I mean, listen, it is. The intentions are good intentions. We're there to help veterans. We're to help our communities. You know, things like that. Putting information out there, letting people know what we're doing, what we stand for, why we're doing what we're doing. You know, whether it be, Relief for Troops, whether it be, HMS, whether it be Gunner's Choice, whatever we're talking about that day, it's 100% all in. That's it, all in. And cool part about it is like we don't play favorites with folks, because I know there's a lot of places and organizations and they'll be favorites. Okay, we're fair and impartial.
Yeah. Wait, when we don't judge you. We're going to call you an idiot if you're an idiot, but we don't judge you, and I mean, if you're an idiot, there's no judgment there. You're just an idiot. It is what it is. But I mean, with that being said, I'm an idiot, and I judge myself. So, but again, to go and do what we've done to where we're getting ready to get the equipment now. We haven't come very far equipment-wise, but actually we have. I mean, you got your.
We got a little monocaster.
I got my monocaster where I don't sound like I'm talking in a barrel,
Right.
And believe it or not, the camera that you guys see us on is a computer camera on a tripod.
Little Logitech.
Yeah. So we might spend $100 and get another bigger camera where, who knows. But for us, it's not about the production. It's about the raw, in the message. And I think that's what we can take this anywhere. That's the cool thing. We can take this anywhere. So, yeah, man. What a great day!
It was a great day.
We got veterans out there having coffee and breakfast. We had veterans come in and talk, about Zilis, and we got the commander on. We got the commissioner on.
Absolutely.
We got Mark on. So yeah,
it's great.
And then you had us.
And then, well, unfortunately, you had to deal with all us today. But it's all.
It's got to start somewhere. You can always go up from here.
There you go.
I'm just saying, if you can do better, come on out.
Come on out.
Might not let you do it. Come on out.
You come out and tell us all about it. And we'll turn you around and tell you to get out of here.
We have coffee and breakfast and shop.
Yeah, go have some coffee and just.
No, man. Yeah, so, man, it's the new intro.
Yes. Did you?
So, you know what?
We're gonna play.
We're gonna watch this. Watch this. Yeah, just
one more again.
Just because we can.
One more again. Ready? It's only 7 seconds. Ready? How cool is that?
Like,
where precision meets power.
Like seriously, we have upgraded from where we were at.
Yes.
And guess what? We get to end with that, so y'all get to see it a third time. All right. Well, man, one again, I'll thank you for putting this together, and your fiance for cooking food and what you
Well,
guys do. And Aaron and everybody, appreciate all that you put in.
Right on.
We actually have a good group of people out there that are hanging out having coffee.
Well, I just, my big thing is I want to thank, a commander, Miss Alicia, for letting us come and doing this. Reno, he's been a big backbone for a lot of different things. He keeps us on the straight and narrow. Yeah. We have commanders and we have, like Raul, we have Danny Jr. and folks like that, and Missy for the auxiliary.
Yeah.
It's their leadership that help us do what we're able to do. Whether it's, just you and me in here doing a podcast, or, for at the bar having an event, or whatever the case may be. Without that great leadership, we're pretty much SOL.
Well, and the support too.
Exactly.
It doesn't take it takes everybody for it to happen, but it only takes one person to see that what we try to do, right? Especially with the podcast. We got Faith, we got Mike, and the others that come on and chat.
Right.
Ariel, all the way from Australia. When it takes those certain few to touch that keep us going. We don't need 10,000 subscribers.
No.
We need people that are here for the real reason, and if we can do something.
Well, just basically, it's just based, all in all, we just want to help folks.
Yeah.
All in all, that's what basically what it boils down to. We just want to help folks.
Yeah.
Especially with our Zilis stuff, we know for a fact, for us, it has worked miracles.
It really does, and we talk about DJ. He's on the vibe.
Roger.
And he even told me, he said, it is so nice to not have this going crazy. Now, mind you, that was just, I want you to try it.
Roger.
He asked for help. Try this, and he said, I that's
haven't
the
felt that
calmest
good in years.
Yeah, my mind has been at ease. So, and when I say at ease, it's not. It takes time, but
Absolutely.
just to have the ability to go.
Exactly.
And through the podcast, that's what people come on here to do. You want to learn about stuff. Again, we talk USCCA. We talk.
Absolutely.
We talk about veterans issues, right? We do have the veteran outreach center here that we talk about. That if we don't have the answers, we'll find you the answer, right?
That's fact.
That's a fact, and we had to say that in the board. I don't know that answer, Sergeant Major, but I will get you the answer.
I'll get it back to you.
So you just don't be afraid to reach out. And that's another thing too. That real quick about a lot of veterans in the community and things like that. You have veterans out there that think that they're a burden when they go, I have this issue. You're never a burden.
That's not a burden.
To be able to stand up and say, hey, I need help.
What I think it is, and especially for us military folks, respect is a huge thing.
Oh, that's good.
Respect is huge.
Yeah, big thing.
I think, in my personal opinion, me as a man, me as a retired NCO, I would respect somebody more for standing up and saying, look here, man. Shit ain't right. No.
Yeah.
I would respect you more and love you more for saying, hey, I need help.
Yeah.
Than to be selfish, think you're going to do it by yourself and not let us help you.
Well, to think that you can do it on your own that's false advertising in your brain.
Some people will give you the persona that I fixed myself. I didn't need help. Bull crap.
Yeah.
Somebody helped you somewhere along the way. Somebody helped you somehow.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Is you can't sit there and think that you can do it on your own, because if you try to and you fail, or you think you're failing, that's where people get into. Hey, I'm not worth it. I can't
do it. No, that's something else too. That's when you set out to do something, right? You either succeed or you fail.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I always try to, even my kids, I think, didn't fail, learned something.
It's a lesson.
It's a lesson learned. Okay, I can do it that way, some other way. Yeah. So to all the vets out there, you're not a burden. Ask for help. I for one will drop what I'm doing and help. You know that. I've told you before, man. I don't care what time of day, night, whatever. My phone's always on, and I'll answer them.
You just be willing to have enough humility and respect for yourself
Absolutely.
to call. And we're not going away.
Sorry for you.
Sorry, because next week
Be back again.
back to season 1 or season 2, episode
Right.
1, and if I can pan it together, that's gonna
Right.
be actually
On the same G&G channel too.
right here.
Right here.
I think it's gonna be a cool little interview.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah,
It's gonna be good.
this young kid, man. I don't know, man. I wish I had the talent at my age that he has at his age.
Right on. Right on.
So, yeah. Oh man, this has been a good.
It's been a good one.
It's
Been
been
real
a
good.
great event. So
And I'm looking forward to hopefully next one coming up too. You know, and again, I want to say a super huge thank you to Mr. Cecil and his wife. It's super
Oh,
cool that
yeah.
they, you know,
to hand out.
yeah, and you know he's here. I'm not going to say what they're doing. It's kind of personal.
Sure.
He super great guy. Him and his wife both super sweet people. And he came in and just said, well, hey, here's some money for your event. He didn't even come in. He just want to make sure that we were taken care of.
That's awesome, man.
You know, but I mean, I know because he's getting ready to go on some big, distant, faraway trip or something. And I know, and then on top of that, they're remodeling their kitchen. They got the whole thing tore apart. Yeah, so I'm sure they're pretty stressed out. So they're probably tired.
Sure.
But if y'all are watching, we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for
Yeah, thanks
helping us out.
for all the help, man, and to everybody that does help with this with what we're trying to do, and American Legion, and you know, especially Kevin and Missy, you know, Bronco Construction. They really, he's always on the fight.
He's always doing something. He's always doing something, whether it's auxiliary with Missy, whether it's Sons of the American Legion, the Riders, or the post itself. You know, and that's our 4 pillars. You know, and they got a hand in all that stuff.
Yeah, and they're happy to do it too.
You know, it's like Jeff. Jeff. Was it Messenger? I think his name is Messenger. Is that how you pronounce it? I hope I'm not hacking.
Yeah, I think
Jeff,
so.
if you're watching, I'm sorry, Jeff. But you know, there's this. I can sit here all day and talk about, you know, like even Miss Susan. She's always doing stuff. You know, and Mr. Danny, that our finance guy, he's always here. Ed, you know, it's just I can talk all day long about the wonderful people that I've met since I've been a member here. You know, that have always been supportive of Gearheads and Guardians. Me personally, you personally, you know, just I can't say enough good things. Like I've said it before, you know, when I first came here, mentally I was in a really dark place.
Sure.
You know, my big saving grace, you know, obviously was Jesus Christ. Without him, I'm nothing. You know what I mean? But and I was baptized Catholic, and that's just one of those things. You don't do those things if you're Catholic. You know, I came here. And the story is kind of funny. It's long, but I'm not going to go that far. I interviewed, and you know, Lisa, I didn't even know I was being interviewed.
Yeah, she told me.
And I was like, well, you know what? My girl's calling. I got to go eat. She says, oh yeah, by the way, you can start tomorrow. I'm like, what? Okay, great. You know, because at that moment, you know, I was like, I knew I belonged here.
Right.
You know, and those dark clouds just were gone.
Yeah.
Like that. You know, I got to thank her for it. You know, I thank the Legion for helping me get the head out of my 3rd point of contact and getting where it needs to be. And then, of course, I got support from my best friend, of course, too. But, of course, man, you know, it does mean a lot. And the Legion's a great place. And if you're all out there watching and you haven't become a member yet, you're wrong.
Right. No, it's true. You know, it's done. You know, your help for me has gone on. Like I've said it 1,000 times. I'll say it again. 2001, 2000. You know, I didn't know if I was ever going to get past that pizza test because I was off knee surgery and I was overweight, and I had. You know, you were the first person that stepped up to say, hey, look, we'll do what we got to do. You know, you got me some gym equipment.
Well, we're friends. That's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, but you didn't know me. I mean, you weren't there a week and a half, and you said Harley's, and I was like, okay, we can do this, and we ended up. This is where we've ended up at. So, you know, I have a lot of thanks to give to a lot of people. You for helping me get on track and get my NCO and get all that path going. You know. Mark for introducing me to the Zilis and then the riders. You know, I wasn't here but a couple of months, and Raul said, "Hey, do you want to help be an assistant?" And I was like, "Sure." You know, and you know, and then racing. Like I'm gonna tell you right now, racing that is my number one. Right. I want to tell everybody right now, racing is my number one. And you know, when you go going from watching the races to finally getting to have that dream, and then Landon and Bubba and Shanna over there at the shop.
Great family,
especially after my divorce, and they brought me in, let me stay there in their RV. They house the race car. I mean, there's just so many people to thank. That
and it makes you feel guilty if you forget somebody's name.
No, dude, it seriously does. You know, so it really is a lot to be thankful for.
Right on.
So I appreciate it.
I think Mark wanted to add something.
Yeah,
This for Chuck. So from the gallery, can you do with your laser etching? Can you do like Yeti tumblers?
Not yet.
But you're working on
But we are, yeah.
Okay. We got to get the roller for that.
Okay. So you might want to put it out there but being asked on my page.
Oh,
yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
I can, in the future, I will be able to, yeah.
Okay.
Within the next month or so.
Yeah, we got to get so Mark was talking about the etching of tumblers. Like if you see mine, this is etched, right? The machine for the laser to etch on curves, it has a roller. So we're going to get that. We're going to get that ordered here in a few weeks, so we can, because I know it has some motorsports need some tumblers, you know. And
Gearheads and Guardians. Gunner's Choice needs some.
Hey, so you're on your page. Your wish is our command. And we'll make it happen.
What I need to do is I need to build a table, kind of about the size of this, right? But it's got to be about this tall.
Oh, an exhaust box.
That way I can fit the camera and everything in there. I want to put a big PC fan on top, big PC fan on the back side of the gantry, and then just put a thing on the window.
Yep. And exhaust it out. Yeah. So you know, like I said, we can do some stuff, but there's some stuff that really throws off. So we're working on it, but keep the requests coming. We will fulfill it. All right, man.
So, but I do want to say one thing though before we dip out of here. And we normally, every podcast is the first thing we mention. All right?
Yes.
If you are feeling like you don't want to be here no more, harm yourself, there, just do something that you're not going to be able to take back.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. It's 9. It's not hard.
Yes.
Option 1.
This is our
And get to smell. You can always gearheads and guardians at gmail.com.
Yeah.
If there's something you want to talk about, you don't feel comfortable talking to just anybody at the VA, you can always say, hey, Drew, hey, Chuck, whatever, and get squared away there.
Full confidentiality.
Yeah, absolutely. And the email will be changing here hopefully in the next week or so.
Well, we'll still have the main one.
The main one, we'll have one main email, and then we'll have 2 separate ones, Drew or Nitro and Rocco. So, guys, again, thank you for all the people that we mentioned earlier that helped us out with all these things, and all the businesses that, business people that have businesses that are members of the Legion too. We thank you all for that.
All the support helps, man.
Absolutely.
It all helps, all of them.
Absolutely. So, again, it's been a great podcast.
Dude, this has been fun.
It's been a great
It's
one again.
nothing planned, and we just let it roll.
Right on.
You know,
right on.
and now that we have an intro,
Yeah.
we're going to have the exit
Outro.
and outro, and it's on repeat, by the way. Again, you know, appreciate your time, appreciate doing this. Put this together. This is a lot of fun, and thanks to all of you for watching. We're in 2025 is on its way, and like I always say, Patrick said, let's hit that outro.
Right on. Y'all take care. God bless you. Remember, go fast, shoot straight, and be stupid.
And, you know, hit that thing, man.
Let's do this. Okay, how can we get one? Oh, right hitting the right button.
Right.